You're listening to 96.1 Styling. Dragon in the afternoon, as you already know, it's Mini Persuasion Monday, the aftermath of Relaxing in the Park. And we got the girl herself, the bass bitches in the house, Stephanie Thorpe with Mini Persuasions, the VP. What's up, Steph?
Not much, still recovering.
Yeah, I think we're all recovering. You know, a lot of people know that I tan. I go to a tanning bed and, try to take care of myself. You know, for the ladies, but man, I feel sorry for you motherfuckers. Like, for real. Like, I got sunburnt on my face. I can imagine how bad you guys are.
Oh, I didn't get sunburned.
Really?
Yeah, well, you left early.
I worked outside for years. My tan doesn't even go away in the winter anymore.
Yeah.
It's like permanent.
I never used to burn, ever. I mean, all through my 20s and 30s, I never burned. But, yeah, something has changed because I am bright freaking red and my neck is killing me. It is so burnt.
Yeah. Yeah, the show was, we just had Jason O'Pootananny from Florida. He called in, and just as we started the show, we were like, fuck it, put Jason on the radio, I mean, he wasn't expecting that, but he thought midday, he didn't even think about the radio, he just he had some time, he wanted to talk about club stuff, and I was like, well, fuck, man, we're right in the middle, we're live radio, he's like, well, fucking let's go, But yeah, Mini Persuasions is back, and we did it at Relaxing in the Park. DJ Mays it was the first club DJ Mays was ever in, so it was kind of a surprise for him. He was on the list to call, but he had already heard that the club was coming back, and it was cool. I walked up and shook his hand, and he goes, that on your shirt means the world to me. That's what got me into this industry. And I said, same here. And he goes, don't screw it up. If you're going to do it right.
Yep.
And, he said, from what I've seen, you guys are doing it, and we're trying, people. I mean, but there's so much fun stuff that happened at the show, and Relaxing in the Park. It is a great show. I mean,
it is.
Great atmosphere, great place, great location. Food. The food was off the chain, So if you miss this show, you might want to reserve your spot for next year. I mean, great. Everything was great. I mean, there's so...
the weather was perfect.
Weather was perfect. I mean, I'm always kind of cold, So I had a Mini Persuasion hoodie on. And, a lot of people wearing T-shirts. There was a lot of members that come down just to see us, to hang out. Whether they're still rocking a custom car or truck, or they're an honorary member from back in the day. And we said we were going, and we showed up and showed out. And
Yep.
we had a lot of fans. We appreciate you fans coming out just to see us and hang out with us and get a few autographs. And you know we weren't hard to find. We were right by judging. Taco got us
Yeah.
the best spot in the show.
He really did.
Yeah, except when I rolled in there, I followed Stephanie and got stuck, and about 20 mini truckers and custom car guys lifted me up so I can get down the hill. I mean, that was a little embarrassing, but the camaraderie of people was like, "You're stuck." I'm like, and Jimmy, speaking of that, so Jimmy's in the passenger seat rolling in with me, and he's like, "Well, let me get my ass out of this thing." And I was really stuck. I was dog legged, 3 wheels down and one in the air, and they helped push me over the edge, and I went down the hill. I got a question, Jimmy. What the fuck did you do to my window?
Your window?
Yeah,
Oh, your passenger window?
yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know this yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
So we go to load the truck up, right?
Uh-huh.
Which there's a story about loading the truck up. Let's tell the story. So we hung out.
Well, let's go back to the window first.
Okay, so here we go. Yeah, because
Remember when I was putting the window down?
yeah,
You found me the crank. I put the window
Yeah.
down, like halfway down, it falls in on itself. So it'll be less, and I just picked it back up and cranked it back down. Cranked the rest of the way down. When I got the last crank, it felt funny. Did it come off track?
Yeah,
you broke my window.
You said that, I was like, I bet that fucker came off track.
Yeah, so we go to load up my truck, and of course, one, I got to get up the hill, right? So we waited till things died
How'd that
down. I basically backed it all the way up to the edge of the lake and floored it. And as I was coming up the hill, it's a carburetor on it, so it starts to pop and bang. And I'm like, "Don't lose, don't stall!" And I drove right out. Taco tested the fuck out of it because he's drug everywhere in front of where we parked.
Yeah, he did.
And he's like, "Well, we can't go out that way," So,
And mine's a carburetor too, and it didn't have any problems.
yeah. So,
Will's did. Will's was stuttering a little bit.
yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his needs to be tuned up a little bit.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
so we get out of there, we cruise around, and we go back to where I've got my trailer parked. So I park my truck, and I got to walk over and get my truck and trailer and get it all set up. When I come around the corner, perfect flat spot to load my truck up.
Cool.
So I parked there. I walked back over. Taco and Steph was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Getting my truck and loading on." "Why are you parked over there?" And I'm like, "I don't know, because there's no room over here. Other people are loading up their shit." So Taco's like, "Fuck it, I'll walk over there." Steph was like, "Fuck no, I'm gonna drive over there." So she drives over there and she parks. And this guy was like, "Hey, you mind moving over?"
Oh, now he came like 15, 20 minutes later.
Yeah, after we're loading up. So he asked if she would move over, and no big deal, right? She moved over. And so we load up my truck, and I'm almost ready to go, but I want to roll the windows up.
Mhm.
Roll up the driver's side, go to the passenger side. I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with my window?" And I'm cranking and cranking. We ended up taking the door panel apart and fucking pushing the window up. And Stephanie's got smaller hands than all of us. She's in there trying to put the fucking thing back together, and it's broke. And I was
I
like,
told him, get out of the way.
I was
Let me
going to
do
tell you
this.
that he did something funny, not funky, because then I forgot all about it.
yeah, because I was like, man, Jimmy could have told me he broke the fucking window.
Well, the roller that goes in the track,
Uh-huh.
it actually broke in half.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So it has a flat spot now. So I was like, hopefully I can get it back in there, but it still wouldn't go back in there. So I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, so while that was going on, this guy pulled up, like I said, asked if she'd move over. Real nice, nice guy. He's got this huge lifted truck, right? Huge lifted truck. And
Uh-huh.
and so
I
we
mean, he could have rolled over my car. No
Well,
problem.
basically, she could have took the bug and drove underneath this truck. How big this truck was.
Yeah.
Right.
So Stephanie has to go to the bathroom and she has to get gas. So we roll up out of the show and we go back into town. And there's a gas. Plus, I need cigarettes. Okay. And yes, people, I still smoke cigarettes. So I pulled up, and then Stephanie pulled up to go get gas. No big deal. We go inside, get some snacks, shit, and have our potty break. And then we're coming back out. Here's the guy in the big lifted truck again. As soon as he sees me, he sees my truck on the trail, he starts dying laughing. And then he looks over and he sees her bug. And I'm like, block her ass in. Payback's a bitch. And he like swerved towards her. It was so funny.
And I'm thinking, no, I'm supposed to be following you.
Yeah, she was like, how am I supposed to get out of here? Like, and it was so funny. And by the way, the guy who it was, I can't remember his name, but he had the lifted power wheel. This thing's fucking massive,
Oh
huge.
yeah, he had the big black truck and then the lifted power wheels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was driving around the show, and that's who it was, man. Super great guy. I can't wait to see him at another show. But it was so funny. I'm like, block her ass in. Payback's a bitch, because he was trying to back up to his trailer that he put that big power wheel on,
Yeah.
So, but no, that's pretty fucking cool. There's so much we can talk about from the show. Oh my Lord.
Some amazing vehicles.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
amazing. And, coming from like 20 different states, you know what I'm saying? And great people, good, like-minded people, all into custom cars. And, so many different groups of cars representing. There was, mini trucks and sport trucks and Volkswagens, pro street cars, import tuners, I mean, there's classic cars. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I mean, people, motorcycles, yeah. Look up Relaxing in the Park. Google it. 2025, and you listeners will be amazed. This is a show you have to go to. And it is put on by DJ Mays. He's in Relaxed Atmosphere Car Club nowadays, but his first car club he joined was Mini Persuasions,
Yep.
So great guy. Can't say much more. I mean, but there's a lot we could talk about other stuff at the show. Taco went to talk to somebody and the dog said, fuck it, drag me up the hill. He had to drag the dog up the hill, which I wish I had a video of that. It was so funny.
I tried.
That I caught the very end of it. I'm like, what in the world is he doing to the poor dog? And then I realized the dog was just laying on its back, just going for a ride up the hill.
Yeah, fuck
I
it.
was like, nope.
Yeah, fuck it. You can drag my ass up the hill. Like, I don't know. You can't call it animal cruelty. The dog, fucking drag me up there. I don't give a shit.
The dog did not mind at all. Plus, the dog was on a harness, so
Yeah, the dog was on a harness.
it's not
people.
like he was pulling it by its neck.
Yeah,
So he
the dog was on a
harness.
harness. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was great, and there were so many members that showed up. You know what I'm saying? And it was fun kicking it with Hot Shot and Weir, and name some of the other names that was there.
Well, I mean, of course, Tony and Blake were there.
Tony and Blake was there. Yeah.
I mean-
with Asphalt Army. Yeah.
Yeah, their whole setup and everything, and Doug was there.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Doug in years, so who else was there? Carrie showed up.
Yeah. Mike Tunes was there.
Yep.
Yeah. He didn't park with us. He did come over. He's got kind of a skin issue, which he can't be in the sun too much. So he kind of parked in the
Apparently,
shade.
I was in the sun too much too.
Yeah, apparently you were too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and there was so many people coming up going, oh my God, I thought this was gone. I was like, no, we just were quiet for a long time, I mean, we're making a comeback,
Yep.
What's some of you guys' favorite part of the show?
First time I'd been to a show like that in at least 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
You realize how much I missed it.
Yeah, and Stephanie,
I have
you ain't been to a show
I
like
haven't
that
been
in a
to a
long
show
time.
like that in over 25 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been quite a while.
Oh yeah.
I've tried over the years to not be a mini trucker, but I just can't do it. I
Yeah.
always go back, but I do try to get away from it. And that just set everything back so much to my old days.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of everything down there. Old school mini trucks, new school stuff.
Yep. There were other Volkswagens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm into everything. If it's got wheels, I like it.
Well,
you
and
know?
I'm the same way. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people were asking where the caddy truck was. This show, like I said earlier when Jason was on, I wanted to bring something different that
Right.
would catch attention.
Yeah.
So I've never taken that shop truck, and I'm still building it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a project, you know.
That's the
But
first time it's been anywhere, hasn't it?
Do what?
That's the first time it's been anywhere, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
With us.
that's the furthest I've ever driven it. You know what I'm saying? Like literally off the trailer, I cruised around the show and then parked, and that truck has basically been I've got tons of custom cars and trucks we're building, but that has just been kind of a project I've been kind of playing with. And
Right.
I posted a picture last year, and it literally went trending because people were just like, "Oh my God, look at this thing, look at this thing." And it's a really unique and cool truck, and it's a Air Force truck. It was built for the Air Force, and it's slammed on the ground. And you know, I wanted to take something to the show that people would remember, you know.
Yep.
I've got tons of other cars I could have taken, but I wanted something people would remember. And that was its breaking point to go to a show. And it's in patina paint from the military and slammed, rimmed up, bagged, crack dash and all. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Yep.
I can't say much
I was there
more.
with my bug.
Yep, you were there representing with the bug, and
Your little bug did good on the highway, I thought.
I thought it did pretty good too. I was actually kind of shocked that it.
So you were trucking on down the road, and then I was like, you did pretty good.
yeah, and the thing is, I know those bugs don't like really going at over 70.
Well, it depends on the transmission that you have in it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, because I know a bunch of us have talked about it, and it's like, she's not going to be able to keep up with everybody. When we left the show, she kept up with me pretty good,
Yeah.
and I was pulling a trailer.
Well, because you were pulling the trailer, so.
Well, even when we went back and I unloaded the trailer, and Stephanie was so damn tired, and she has to drive back over to Illinois by herself. We had kind of had a plan in case she got tired, and she made it back to my house, and we dropped her bug off, and we jumped in the Civic, and I drove her home. But I'm telling you, we were on the same level of passing out. We were so tired, and so, yeah, like when she got home, her daughter thought she was drunk, and she was just that tired.
Yep.
I do have narcolepsy, and I have to really be careful with driving, because if I feel like I'm going to doze off, it's not just a little, I might just close my eyes for a second. No, I can go straight in the rim and be out cold instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I felt on the way home.
Well, and if I have one accident, I'll lose my license for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a time to drive and there's a time not to drive, and
Right.
we had a plan.
Yes.
Yep.
We might need to rethink this plan though.
We need
Because you didn't get enough sleep the night before.
No, I didn't tell everybody. I only got about 20 minutes sleep, maybe 20, 30 minutes. I was busy coding and building the website. We wanted the website up for the show. So, like I said, minipersuasions.com. You guys can check it out. You guys looking to become a member, there's a form you can fill out on there and send us a message,
Yep.
So yeah, great stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it was an awesome show.
you know, I can't say there's one bad thing. I mean,
No, not at all.
you know,
I mean, even everybody leaving. I mean, it wasn't an issue. I mean,
Wasn't crazy.
yeah, there was a little bit of a waiting app, but I mean,
yeah, people got out in timely fashion, and it was great. Um, I got to see my buddy Heidi from Iowa. Haven't seen in years, and we hung out, and you know, it was great. You know, I mean, matter of fact, Heidi's we call it the toaster. She's if you go to the website, she is the header on the website now. So
Okay.
you know, she just re-debuted the Scion at the show with the new graphics on it, and nobody knew it. And that was the first show she showed up with it, and I took a quick picture of it, and you know, she listens to the radio station, and so as a surprise, I had them change the picture because we do change that picture twice a month, you know, and so she's the honorary person on for right now.
yep.
Yeah, probably till the end of the month. You know, we're gonna keep her on there for a while. Heidi's a great girl, does graphics and stuff. She does the Roundup show that's coming up here real soon up there in Iowa. So
But in 2 weeks.
yeah, in 2 weeks, yeah.
Yep.
So I can't guarantee that we're gonna be there, guys. It's the same time as Battle in Bama, but you know we're gonna see what we're gonna do. But we definitely, you know, we need to get her on the show. You know, I mean, great girl. You know, hell, I didn't even know she had a kid. She has a little 6-year-old, cutest girl in the world. So funny. She was hanging out with them and her and her husband, and you know, just great stuff. You know, I mean, there's so much that we could say. I mean, you know, Taco was killing me, man. He was killing me, and so earlier I had to play In Too Deep. You know, back to the hotel, and you know, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw in the mini persuasion group. You know, he put that on there, and I was like, beep beep, back to the hotel. So yeah, good times, man. I mean, really good times. You know, like I said before, you know, with bringing the shop truck down with the work bed on it, it made a perfect seat to sit there and watch everybody cruising. You know what I'm saying?
It was like bleachers, man.
Yeah, I know it's like bleachers. I got to put a stripper pole in the back of it.
You were all lined up on that thing like it was bleachers. It was kind of funny.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got a good picture of all of us on there, and you know. So, did you notice anything weird with your mini persuasion shirt? You, Jimmy?
No.
He wasn't out late enough to realize it.
Oh, the glow or something?
Yeah, it glows in the dark.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, the pink is all glow in the dark.
Yeah, I had members calling us, blowing us up yesterday. I didn't know the shirt glow in the dark, and we're like, yeah, that we didn't tell nobody. So when you said it to us, that now we know you're wearing it. You didn't wear it just at the show. You wore it in the dark.
Yep.
So yeah, great
My
stuff.
husband was in bed last night before it got dark, or Saturday night before it got dark.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how long you were going to hang out. Plus, you have a long drive, you know. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was one of those things that you were like, well, I'm getting out of here. I can't believe Will was leaving at the same time.
He didn't know if he was ready to leave yet, and I asked him if he could give me a ride out because I knew his truck could get out of there. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you a ride out. He's like, matter of fact, I'm getting ready to leave too. He's like, I'll just go ahead and leave too. Oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, we were there for hours afterwards. We were there, you know.
Yeah.
With my meds and shit that I'm on, sometimes I just all of a sudden I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it just kicked in. And I was like, ooh, I think it's time to go home.
Yep.
Yeah, one of your fans stopped by and you were already gone. She wanted
Oh, yeah?
she wanted an autograph.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, he just left about an hour ago. Oh man. So yeah. Yeah, good times, good times. And the thing is,
Yep.
we would have loved to have done a live broadcast down there, but the internet was spotty.
Yeah.
You know, so I know there were so many people trying to live stream and they just couldn't, you know, because it's a park, people. I mean, you know, you don't need to be on the internet in the park, but it's just certain places get really bad reception down there.
And we were down in the bottom part, you know, the part even that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
The drones are flying around good, though.
Oh yeah.
I bet they got some good video.
Well, I tell you what, there's a ton of video of our stuff. You know, not just video, but like pictures and all kinds of stuff. I was seeing people post yesterday, you know,
That's cool.
and this morning, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it is raining here, people, and you know it's gonna rain for the next couple of days. But I will say this: St. Louis on Friday, we knew it was storming outside. We didn't know how bad it was until we got done with the broadcast.
Right.
And you know, the city of St. Louis got hit with not one but two tornadoes. And our hearts and prayers go out to the families. And you know, I don't think they've reported any deaths, have they?
Yes.
Oh, there
Yes.
has.
Yeah.
There was, I think, 4 in St. Louis.
There's 5
And then-
total so far.
And then in Kentucky, there was several more. I think there
Really?
was almost 20 deaths between the two states. It was really the bad one.
I believe there's been more than 5 in St. Louis now.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I think it went up in St. Louis. I'm thinking there was like 20 altogether between the
really.
two. Yeah, it was a bad night.
Yeah, and people, we were right in the middle. We were getting text messages about the storm and stuff. And when it hit, I mean, we're in a booth, people, so it's like we don't have any windows close to us, and we're in the middle of a building, and the pictures and videos that people are posting
man.
of the tornado, and there was people up in the arch when it hit,
Yes,
Yeah.
that would have been crazy.
you know. Yeah, I don't know if there's any video of the arch, but we do know there was a couple pictures that were posted.
Did you see the video of the guys that had to wait out the tornado? The
Which,
outdoor workers with their equipment?
no, I haven't seen that one.
No.
They were just packing up their stuff, and the guy had his GoPro on, and he's like, "This is crazy. I think we're in the middle of a tornado." The trees started falling down around them, and shit started flying around. They jumped in the truck and just sat there and videotaped and talked about it till it was over.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That was over by Forest Park.
Yeah, well, the zoo is shut down, and I think it's still shut down.
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah.
got major damages.
Yep. And the art museum had one sculpture definitely get destroyed on the outside
Yeah.
terrace, and they are checking the rest of the terrace, and also their administration building roof got destroyed partially, but only where the offices are, not where any of the galleries are.
Really?
Well, there was a church
Yeah.
somewhere in St. Louis that the roof collapsed, and they were trying to, but there were people trapped inside of it for a while.
Oh, no shit.
I bet a couple of the casualties were probably in there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and they're still searching residents built,
Yeah.
different buildings that nobody actually lived in, but people might have been squat again. So
Mhm.
yeah. Well, our heart goes out to them. I mean, if you're in the St. Louis area or you're a listener, they do have some valid websites that you guys can donate, and that is much appreciated. Like I said, the amount of hail and the damage and all this stuff, and it's like, holy crap, all this is happening right before we go re-debut at a big show, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
fortunately, I didn't get any damage or anything. I got lucky. You didn't get any damage, so I mean,
yep.
but there's many who have. So
Oh, yeah.
like I said, our hearts and prayers go out to them. We're going to go right back into music after we pay some bills here on 96.1 Styling, Dragon in the Afternoon, and it's Mini Persuasion Monday. We'll be right back.